Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant vowed to lead Israel to decisive victory against Hamas on Thursday during a tour of southern Israel aimed at boosting the morale of troops preparing for possible ground operation in Gaza. "We will be firm and strong and continue until our mission is fulfilled," Gallant said. What exactly that mission is has been echoed clearly from Israel's military ranks to its political leadership over the past 2 weeks. Ever since an elite unit of the Palestinian terrorist group Hamas launched a surprise attack on southern Israel. After 1,400 people, including civilian soldiers, were killed and 210 were kidnapped, Israel said it would not stop this war until it destroyed Hamas, its people infrastructure. The hunt of Israel's Hamas terror group leader YAHYA SINWAR dead man walking voices from around the world began to question whether Israel's response was proportionate. He called for restraint as civilian deaths in Gaza mount and demanded a ceasefire before the conflict draws in other, nefarious, regional actors. But Israelis remain determined, believing there is no choice, it's either them or us. Demanding a ceasefire from Israel means Hamas must get away with what it did and retain the ability to do it again, Levy said. Video shows cargo planes deliverying armored vehicles to Israeli defense forces. The call for a ceasefire until we complete our mission to dismantle Hamas is pro-Hamas. "We're talking about whole families being burned alive. Children until there's nothing left but bones and bits of ash," Levy said, describing the spreading attack on numerous communities and towns in southern Israel. These reminded us not only ISIS, but also of the greatest horror, the Holocaust. Israel can no longer allow this evil terrorist organization to threaten its citizens. On Friday night, 2 of hostages were released by Hamas. And on Saturday morning the United Nations confirmed that several truckloads of aid had crossed into Gaza Strip from Egypt. Despite this, Israel continued its airstrikes on the Palestinian territory, hitting important infrastructure facilities used by Hamas terrorists. Miri Eisen, a retired IDF colonel and director of the International Counterterrorism Institute at Reichman University near Tel Aviv, said, "Israel has no choice in doing this because on October 7, 2023, all of us who followed Hamas, our entire adult lives, were caught by surprise. During the 16 years it ruled Gaza, Hamas has built a system underground tunnels, tons of agents, and the leaders this terrorist group have planned, trained and invested in every detail a terrorist attack that is incomparable to anything to date. It has never happened anywhere else. This is just like the world faced ISIS. We must wipe out every piece of their operations. Pay for massacre. Palestine authorities may have to compensate the families of Hamas terrorists." In report explaining terrible brutality attack, which included killing, brutal tray,